Hey everybody, what's up? Just got out of the movies not too long ago, and I saw the new Resident Evil Retribution movie. It was a really good step in the right direction. It actually turned out to be decent this time around. In contrast to Afterlife, yes, Resident Evil Afterlife. I don't know if I should call it 4, I don't know if I should use the numbering system, or just stick to the main titles. Basically, the previous film was not so good in its final performance. I did not enjoy it for what it was. I could not take the primary antagonist of the film, their version of Albert Wesker, seriously. I could not take the action scene seriously, especially with the addition of all those slow motion based movements, where during the fights, like Claire moving herself under the executioner's axe while he swings it fiercely, and the camera just slows down, which takes about, I don't know, 2 minutes to get the action scene through. And the other moments where Mila Jovovich, her character Alice is fighting two virus-infected dogs, and she uses a shotgun to kill them and to destroy the glass around them and use it as a sharpened tool to take them out. And I don't even know why I just said sharpened tool. I meant like really, I don't know, really dangerous weapons. Like, basically, as another form of a comeback while she's being attacked by them. The point is, she shoots down portions of glass, and she uses them by striking the viral infected dogs with it. It looks nice, but again, there's too many slow motion based actions during the entire film. In fact, I'd say that it takes up a good 2 out of 3. Like 2/3 of the movie. You see it all around. It's as common as the daylight in that film. Anyway, a lot of the things that made Afterlife so boring for me were really discarded in this new film. Retribution feels like it's learned from its past mistakes, and that it might be a jumping on point for people who didn't really care for the Resident Evil movies as any acknowledgement toward them. I don't know for certain, but I think that it's not a bad action movie this time, and it's got some horror. Yeah, you'll get scared. You'll probably jump out of your seat a couple of times. It's actually surprising in some areas. I don't want to give away the entire story, but I will say this. There are a few nods to the games, such as Leon and Ada's relationship. The movie kind of gives you the impression that it's going to get you up to speed with what's happened at some unknown point in time between the previous film and this one, where developments have happened off screen, and it's fun to watch it. It's good to see that they learned from the fans. I hear that Leon's appearance in this movie, as well as Ada's and Barry Burton's, were all fan requested to the director, and he added them in. And Ada's in her red dress. Yes, spoilers. And anyway, I guess anything else I could think of off the top of my head. The premise was good, the script writing is decent, but anything else right away is just that it's been a couple of hours since I've already seen it, and I hung out with my friend afterwards. We were talking about the future of the Resident Evil series, and speaking of the future, if you watch the ending this time around, you know how they usually pull some bullshit where they try to get you to reflect on what might be forthcoming in the sequel right after they ended at a cliffhanger? This time around, things are done a little bit differently. In fact, watching the ending to this movie is important, and you don't want to just get up out of your seat and feel like, oh, I know where this is going. They're just setting it up for the next one, and then they'll continue to do it after that. It's almost like an endless cycle. No, I really don't want to tell you what might happen in the next film. I think you should watch the final scene of the current one and leave that up to your imagination. And maybe it looks obvious. You guys tell me when you've seen it. Anyway, there is one more thing I wanted to mention. There is one little bit of a bonus I saw after the movie. I'm sorry, before the movie. There is a little bit of a bonus I got for arriving on time. I don't think anyone could have enjoyed their night without noticing that Ninja Theory, oh yes, that's right, I'm mentioning you. Yep, they put their new product out there. And we've all been hearing this for the past couple of days. where Devil May Cry as a movie and its film rights have actually been bought by Screen Gem Studios, the same people who work on the productions of the Resident Evil movies. The DMC film franchise has been greenlit. There will be one installment and possibly several in the Devil May Cry film universe. And it's not a film universe, even though I said that. It's what it appears to be when you watch it. It looks like a sequel to the game that hasn't even come out yet. The art style is very reminiscent of Ninja Theory's new game. The premise is still the same, with this new interpretation of Dante attacking various demons that are trying to get an advantage over humans without their knowledge about it. They're trying to conquer Earth by hiding in limbo and pretending to be creatures that they're actually not. They're pretending to blend in with the human surroundings and enjoying it. If you really want a specification on what happens in the trailer, in the 40 to 50 second trailer, I'll tell you, I guess, by a couple of facts, one bit after another. The first thing that happens is that we see a similar premise to the previews in the game, where new Dante basically walks up to a little girl who's about to drink her can of soda, and he rudely shoves it aside. And nobody says anything. Now, my problem with this is that I don't even know if I should call this character Dante anymore. I really don't. Maybe I should just stick to calling him Dino. Dante in name only. Or Dante. You guys tell me. Anyway, I'll just pick a name. Dino shoves a can from a little girl aside like some kind of enormous douchebag, and nobody says anything. Now, if that happened in the real world, as they want to take their movie and put it on that, they want to make that environment just like our world. If that happened in the real world, I'm pretty sure he would be getting a lot of shouting and maybe an angry mob for what he's done. I know it's just throwing a soda can from a little girl's hands, but still, that's fucking rude, man. It's going to give off a really bad impression. And not just that. There's a bit of a problem in the action scene that try to hype you up to want to watch the movie. There's a situation in which Dante, in name only, he fights the demons in the trailer for a couple of seconds, but the lighting is so bad that you cannot see what's going on. You cannot see Dante killing various demons left and right, beheading them, stabbing them, shooting them. You can't see that because of the orangish lighting in the background. And all this while he's using Osiris yet again and the Arbiter Axe. He's using the light blue scythe and the reddish orange demon axe. This is part of his angel demon weapon motif. Anyway, you can't see properly what's going on. Not only that, but combine it with the moment that he transforms into his devil trigger. Yes, they still continue the red coat, white hair bullshit. They're still doing that trolling up in the fan's face. Combine those two elements together, and you basically get an unwatchable character in an unwatchable moment. And it's unseeable. You can't notice what he's doing. You can't witness it. Anyway, the final part of the trailer is that his veins turn red, they come out in front of his face, and I believe he gains a deeper layer of color into his eyes as a means of intimidation toward a man who's having sex with two demons. He looks like he's running a prostitution ring, and it takes place in his office, or that he might be a drug lord. He might be the leader of a crime syndicate. I'm sorry. Talking too fast. Anyway, he looks like he might be the leader of an organized crime syndicate, but the movie doesn't tell you this. The trailer doesn't. There's nothing that specifies what's going on around you. It's just Dante blindly killing demons who are trying to behead him, trying to get after him. And that's how the trailer ends. It just gives off... the ending to that trailer is the same one as the game previews and all the demos, where it comes up in that black screen, and then you see the logo shoved right into your face that reads DMC Devil May Cry. It's got the white paint that looks like blood dripping off a wound or a tear. I don't know. At this point, I can't grasp what Ninja Theory is trying to go for. They want some young and angsty teen bullshit. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. That's what you get. I wanted to keep the Resident Evil Retribution review. I could call this a small, minor review, a recollection of some of the things that happened, but I didn't want to spoil it too much. I wanted to keep it short and to a couple of points. And with the DMC Devil May Cry film announcement, I'm not too thrilled on it. I just don't really care. In fact, the only legitimate complaint I personally see is that no one else gave their feedback. They just saw the movie from my theater and said that doesn't look like Dante. Dante doesn't look like that, and I don't think he does some of those things. That's it. I heard from friends that they saw the trailer and yeah, they got their fair share of boos for that. Anyway, that's it. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning where I am. I just got back from hanging out with friends. I'm tired. I just wanted to tell you about my thoughts on the Resident Evil film franchise as a whole. They haven't been very good to me. The first and second movie had a point for what they were back then. They were definitely a view worth enjoying. Resident Evil Extinction, I feel like it had no point. I feel like it kind of, lost its edge. And then we have Afterlife, the shitty little execution-based fiasco of a movie. Afterlife is forgettable, and if you're holding a grudge against it, watch Retribution. It will definitely sway you into giving the Resident Evil current set of films one more chance. Hell, I just may go back and watch some of the previous films because of this movie. Alright, you guys, so have fun watching this new this new continuation. Some really good characters come back, not going to tell you who, but enjoy. Anyway, those are all my thoughts on what I want to talk about right now. It's getting pretty late. I should go to bed.